Can you believe we're in March? Well, stay tuned for the March market update in the Santa Rosa Beach area here in Northwest Florida. I do monthly market update and I look at absorption rates, days on the market, and I also compare the current active listings, pendings, and sold to last month's. And why is that important? Because you can see what is happening locally in front of your eyes, because the data usually reflects the following months when listings are sold. But by taking a dive into what is going on with active listings, pendings, and sold from a month-to-month basis, it gives you a better understanding what's happening here locally. So stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. Sabina Robertson, owner-broker of Sea House Realty. If this is the very first time to my channel, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. I try to post monthly market updates and also location videos about Dune Allen I just posted, and I'm going to be working on another one about Point Washington. So before I get started in the data, I wanted to just give you one little tidbit for this month. So property taxes. Remember, when you're purchasing property and you're looking at the current property taxes, it's reflecting what the past owner paid. If they've owned the home for many, many years, it is very low. And you will be paying that until the end of this year, because property taxes are always paid at the rear end. But watch out for next year, because next year, the appraiser will reappraise your home, adjusted to the current market condition, and your property taxes will go up. Now, the good news is there is a calculator on Walton County Tax Appraiser, and you can plug in where you're buying your house, how much you're purchasing it, and it will pretty much give you a great estimate what your property taxes will be. So without further ado, let's go and start into some data, and stay tuned. So for those of you who have been watching my market updates for a long time, I always start by looking at 30A. And I do combine 30A East, which is Grayton Beach to Rosemary Beach, and 30A West End, which is Grayton all the way to Topsa State Park. So as of today, March the 30th, we have 1,098 listings. Last year, we had 930. So our listings have gone up, which is quite common this time of the year because this is our selling season. We are right here in the middle of spring break. So now let's take a look at pendings. We have 187 pendings compared to 151 last month. Lastly, I look at sold data, and I go back by 6 months only. And as of today, in the last 6 months, we had 546 listings that closed out compared to 591 last month. So we had a few more sold listings last month, a few more pendings, and we also have less listings last month. So a little bit of a change, a few more listings hit the market and a few less that closed and went pending. But that is not really a surprise because we're just now getting in our heavy selling season. For those of you who just like to have a little bit of an overview, active 1,098, pending 187, sold 546, 5 is others, that's probably coming soon listings. And when you scroll down over here, now keep in mind, there is a difference between 30A East and West in terms of square footage. This is a combined area. And here you can see your average for a 3-bedroom, 4-bath, about 2,500 square foot home, because I am picking residential. You have about $895 list price per square foot, but it's sold at $825, and the average sold price is right about $2 million. But keep in mind, it's combining both areas, and when you fine tune it towards the west end and the east end, there is a difference in cost per square foot. So now let's confine our searches to 30A West End and take a look at the number of listings. Now, Because the months of March has not closed yet, these reports are only reflecting the last day of February. So if you're looking back in January and February, you can see that the number of active listings slightly went up. And as you saw earlier, in March, they continue to go up. And here are your number of new listings. They have gone up, but that is really typical right now in this area. The absorption rate is continuing to go up. And what does that mean? The absorption mean is that if all the listings on the current market were sitting there, it would take almost 5 months and almost close to 6 months for all the current active listing to be absorbed in today's market. The days on the market are really important for sellers to consider and know how long a listing stays on the market. And then over here, we're going to compare the absorption rate from February of this year, 2024, to last year, 2023. And really, there is about a 74% change. I mean, that is quite a bit. The average list price, however, has only gone down by 2.5% compared from February 2023 to 2024. This is like a year-to-year comparison. And so it will be interesting. Cumulative days have gone up, and the medium list price has stayed pretty much equal. Lastly, I like to end up with the property type year-to-date activity report to kind of give you an idea of what the average sales price is in our area. 30A East, you're sitting about 2.1 million, 30A West End 1.7, Bay County 575, Crestview area 315, Destin 996, Fort Walton Beach is at 408, and Freeport at 413. Niceville right at 500, and Point Washington 935. But keep in mind that it's all about the location. I mean, you can find a house in Point Washington for $450,000, $600,000, but you can also find one for $1.5, $2 million, depending on where they are. Are they located on the bay? Do they have water access or not? But these are just some average sales prices to give you a general idea what you can find in each of the areas. If you have any questions about any specific area, please reach out to me. I'm always here to help you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you subscribe and wait for my next one's market update. And remember, interest rates are supposed to drop the end of this year, and when they start dropping, watch me. I think buyers will come back to this market, and you will have more competition. So put everything in perspective. But whatever you do, always look at the numbers and make smart decisions. Until the next time, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye und tschüss.